Everybody wants to be famous. I'm learning how to do my own hair right now. Go check out my some of my shorts. Well, fame comes with consequences. Some consequences are good, some consequences are bad. Just causes and effect. If everyone knows you and you have something to hide or fame may not be your best friend at first. A lot of people digging through your closets and looking for your mistakes. Yeah, I know my hair is a mess currently. You give it a couple years and it grows out and becomes this. Man, my hair was crazy, man. Some of my videos and my shorts, like I have a lot of views on my shorts. I appreciate the one viewer, and then I saw I had two viewers at once. It was now I have three viewers. Like, oh, this is it gives off like and my hair looking crazy. I got a like. I got 10 viewers. I have to be grateful. You got me feeling famous right now. I like gratitude. I like likes. I got 3 likes, 22 views. You're making me so happy right now. Like, this is me. This is Thomas. All right. 4 likes. 16 viewers. I don't remember if I had more than 16. What I'm doing is I'm looking for my flaws and then I'm trying to love them. I'm trying to love my flaws. Maybe I can fix my flaws. Maybe I can't. This this builds my confidence. You know, like I'm aware of my flaws. I don't want to hide my flaws. I want to try to fix my flaws. You may not even know it's a flaw, but I know it's a flaw. We know it's a flaw. You know what I'm saying? 11 viewers. They have a high level of self esteem, which means you really don't care too much about what people think. That's like the seed of self esteem, how you see yourself, internally and externally. Right. Some people may have some like personality traits that the world programmed you to believe is wrong, but that's the world. I just hope you're not out here, abusing people. I can't tell you if it's right or wrong. It's just consequences for the way you treat people. That's really it. You got to accept the consequences of treating people a certain way. Shout out to my 2 viewers. Shout out to the 5 viewers. But I had 2 viewers that didn't leave when I started preaching. But I ain't preaching. I'm just being me. So they hung in there. It went from 16 to 11 to 20 to 2. Yeah. So we was talking about self-esteem and why I mean, I think I'm gorgeous, but I'm just looking for my flaws. I'm doing this in front of the world, in front of 3 people with 4 likes, 34. It's not 6'7". Right. But I found out I didn't mean too much. At least I think. See, when I see 6'7", he doing the bobbity thing. I'm thinking there's some type of, I don't want to. You know what? Let's just pause it there because my defense is telling me like, don't say. But we was talking about the self esteem, with my 2 viewers. Right? I'm just looking for my flaws so I can embrace them. So I can have a high self esteem, high level of confidence, so I can not care too much about how other people see me. And it's not to make other people feel bad. Because I know sometimes they can feel like you're being mean. That's something I was going through for a long time. Like, they classified me as mean because I didn't care, but I was just trying to protect my self-esteem, my confidence, my peace of mind. Right? You guys may stay on here thanks to the 4 subscribers. I have 4 subscribers. Well, I don't know what to say. I feel it feels like 4 subscribers. It feels like 4 new subscribers. I'm extreme. Well, I have a job, so I work 40 hours so a week. So and then I also have to sleep, and I go to the gym. Thanks to that one person, hanging in there. So I'm not going to promise you a schedule. I'm just trying this thing out. But if you subscribe to my channel, I do post more shorts than I stream. I haven't really found an idea for my videos yet. I was thinking about animation, and then I did some research on how to make animations, and it takes a lot of patience. So, and then I want to know what I'm doing when I'm making these animations, right? I need some ideas for these animations. Hello. I was talking about my channel. I go through a lot of things. We all go through a lot of things. I'm just sharing what I know, sharing what I experience, my philosophies of life. Like I was talking about self-esteem and how I practice um, looking for my flaws in front of myself, in front of everyone, and just embracing them, because it builds my self-esteem. I train myself to not how people see you. It feels like you're being mean to them, but I'm not trying to be mean to them. I'm protecting my self-esteem by not caring about your opinions and accepting my own flaws. And I think I'm a very handsome man, like forever. But we have flaws. I have flaws. I know my flaws because I can compare how I looked I'm 29 years old. I turned 30 in September. I can compare, some of the things, some of my beauty that's been lost since my early 20s. Right. I know how my beauty fades, you know? So I'm just trying to do like working out. There's some spellcasters out here. So, the meaning of words and how words are created, the semantics and stuff, you know, like mourn and like good morning. You know. I think the intention behind the word means more than anything. When you say good morning, I think you're just trying to be polite and trying to pass some positive energy. So, but, you know, you can't deny that mourn. I don't really know what mourn. Maybe someone took the word mourn and found a way to morph it into a positive frequency. Because I'm gonna drop some jewels if you're willing to stay. You know, I'll say it anyway on a later day, but not today. Just something to think about. Good morning. I'm trying to be happy and polite. Like right now, I'm trying to be enlightening. So when I say good morning, I'm trying to enlighten you to think about the word. But when I see a person, you say good morning, good morning. Sometimes it's just neutral. It's more of a it feels more neutral, right? You don't really sense anything. Good morning. It's like it's just. You ever had somebody tell you good morning and it just felt like an attack? Maybe it can't because of the way the word was created. It was more of a neutral statement. Like our primal intuitions, right? Hello to my one viewer. We cannot currently talk right now. On my, I've been on the live for 23 minutes. I got 5 likes. I think the most viewers I've had at once was 22. It jumps up, but then it jumps away. Like some people busy. Excuse me. I know. I gotta take my time with this. Could you imagine how it would feel if this was your only source of income? The kind of anxiety it would like your viewers could create. It would be intense. Watching your viewers go from like 100 to zero in less than a second. Like, whoa, that would be crazy. I'm not quite sure how these streamers are making so much money. I don't have a clue. For me right now, it's just being known is fun. I don't even know. I don't know where my viewers are coming from. They can be Philadelphia. That's where I live currently. Philadelphia, PA. I live in North Philly right now. In an apartment. I just renewed my lease. So things are going well for me right now. My job is. Pretty secure. Sometimes it feels like I'm playing like I work in a factory, so and I'm moving a lot of heavy things. Sometimes I'm pushing things. So it feels like I'm playing football sometimes. Like the way I gotta heal my body is just weird. Like, oh my goodness. The factory is a whole different type of energy, man. Whole different kind of contract. When you it's a different marriage. When you get hiring, hiring, you're getting married to your job. When you're getting hired, you're getting hiring. For my spellcasters out there. Feels like football. The way I have to heal my body. And if you're not taking care of yourself, right, you're breaking yourself down. It's breaking you down because I work in a factory. So right now, being known is, it's fun for me, and there are consequences for people knowing you, and there are good consequences for it, and there are bad consequences for it, and I have to accept because I've been naughty sometimes in my past. I have. It's up to the people. The people have the power to do with that as they please. I have no clue who just entered my stream, but I reacted to your presence, which is the truth. I hope it felt neutral. I hope it felt like the truth. Can you see how many likes I have? I ain't got that kind of power yet. I know I had like, I think I saw like 22 views. Right. It went from like, oh yeah, I was talking about the anxiety you can create if this was your mainstream income. But I think my job is pretty secure right now. Right. I think I have more to. I think about if I just keep doing my job. It's like sometimes you ever heard like you're not supposed to be rewarded for doing what you're supposed to do, but if you do what you're supposed to do, I think you can maintain the lifestyle you have. You can maintain your job if you keep doing what you're supposed to do at work. Because sometimes it feels like you're not getting a reward, but that paycheck is a reward. If you don't have a job and if you have no source of income, that paycheck is a reward. And I know so many people online are telling you they're trying to, sell you the whole entrepreneurship mindset, which can stress a lot of people out. At least this is the content I see on Instagram and YouTube. These are the ads I get. It's a lot of selling of entrepreneurship. So if you have a paycheck, that paycheck is a reward, but the people reward if you have no other source of income. So if you continue to do what you're supposed to do at work, that's your reward is security and a paycheck. But I was talking about the anxiety you can create if this was your only stream of income because you're getting paid off viewership. I am not looking for a queen, but if she was an influencer, I'm sure she would need power to make her money, to influence. And if we both can understand we need the power to make our money, to be streamers and influencers, she don't need me taking her power to make her money. a pimp, an OnlyFans pimp. You would need advertisement. Your marketing skills as an OnlyFans pimp has to be extraordinary. Right? It's almost like a record label for OnlyFans. Her job is to show up. I feel like the Illuminati is just a safe space for people to practice their primal instincts without feeling judged. The world is going to program you to believe things are right and things are wrong. You know? I said I believe the Illuminati is a safe space for people to practice their primal instincts without feeling judged. Because the world is going to program you to believe that things are right and things are wrong. Who am I to judge what you've done in your past? Hopefully, I can protect myself because, by definition, an enemy is somebody who wants to hurt me. If you want to be hostile towards me, by definition, you are an enemy. And I have to at least acknowledge that. Maybe not verbally at first, but right. If I can see you coming, if I can sense an enemy, I have to accept that maybe they want to hurt me. We can be oppositions. We can be ops. We can think differently, but to be an enemy is ha. Oh man. So what's in my closet? I believe defense helps you get far. Yes. Well, I can see myself dating an influencer. I just don't want to get in her way of her money and her power. I know that every 7 years or so, a new man is going to be required in her life, desired in her life, experiences, freedom. I'm not quite sure if it's biology or if we're being programmed to desire new things and to, you know, I accept that, baby. I do. You know, yeah, I can heal from a breakup. I am not afraid to get my heart broken. Right. You just need time to heal, man. I am not asking for an assassination. So you break up with me and give me a heart attack. I mean, you're not giving me what I want, right? You taking everything from me. But I am detached. I can be in a detached state really fast. It's like a light switch for me, right? ask me a question, and I'll give my honest opinion. As a therapist, not even therapists are supposed to give you advice. How are setups funny? What kind of setup? Thank you. I am pretty. Hopefully, I get paid. Who doesn't want to be a paid streamer? Those 5 likes made my day, my world, my new life of streaming. I have absolutely no power. If it was up to me, I have a million viewers right now. What would I say with a million viewers? Maybe there are a million devices that can see me currently. That isn't how do I look? Could you smell my breath through the screen? Can I get a like for smelling my breath? He said some people got 25 to life. They ain't never getting no they ain't never getting I didn't say it. I didn't say it. Well, I don't want to end the stream, but I think these community guidelines are I mean TikTok did a very good job It does a very good job of training you to not break guidelines. TikTok, man. Shout out to TikTok. I think well, it's not common sense for everyone. Training you to not break the rules. That's how I saw it. Yes, that was my perspective. Man, you can kind of feel like, all right, I don't want to cross this boundary. Boundaries. I don't want to break these rules that I know are there. It would make sense if I say certain things, right, on this platform that's common on other platforms. Maybe everyone doesn't know. Well, welcome to Wisdom of Tom, where I share my life experiences. I learned that from a classmate. They asked, what's the difference between wisdom and knowledge? Knowledge is something you can obtain. You can go look for knowledge, right? Wisdom is more personal. Good morning. That felt like a positive intent. I felt that. It was beautiful. And now you're on your way. And that's how it be in real life. Good morning. Good morning. We just online. Just it's a whole world online. I like that. I like that. You scrolling and you popped in and popped out and you said good morning, you said hi, you had your thoughts, you made your decisions, and now you're walking to a different world. You're walking to someone else's world. You're walking to. It's pretty cool that people are walking into my store of entertainment. I hope I'm entertaining you. That was so cute. He was like my favorite. I like comedy. Trey Rags, I think. I think that's his name on YouTube. He had his latest skit was about uh, the wrong friend drinking at a party. How his friend was sipping the drink, and the drink was talking to him about how the guy was disrespecting him. Like the alcohol was convincing him he was being disrespected. I don't know how. It was hilarious. Like, I said the alcohol was convincing him that he was being disrespected by other people in the room. Maybe they were disrespecting him. It didn't seem like they were being disrespected. He's being a weird. Yeah, my feet be hurting. Like my job requires me to wear like boots, steel toe boots, 6-inch heels, and waterproof and oil resistant. And you walking all day in those boots, your feet gonna hurt a little. I love my job. I love what I do. I love my work. I do a lot of different things in that factory for a lot of different people. If my job was taken from me, what would I do? Well, find another source of income. But because I have bills right now, you know, I would probably find another job. I am not afraid to talk about financial literacy. But it's ideal to have multiple streams of income for me because that's what I'm being taught about money online. Exactly. Everyone has different philosophies of life. They want different things of life. I don't come from a world of money. Maybe there are people who are born in the world of money because it's their system. Wink, wink. So, or maybe their parents figured the system out and it was it was passed down to their offspring through instinct, knowledge, and wisdom. So that's all they know is the money and system, and to them it means nothing. But to a guy like me, who was raised from poverty, stability, I was poor and stable. That's if I was a Pokemon, one of my characteristics, it would, it would, you would have to include like my environment, like I forgot what they call it on Pokemon. You know how some environments are harsh, and some environments are this and that to give the Pokemon its own attributes. Because when in Pokemon Emerald, when you go to after you beat the Elite Four, there's this I forgot what it's called, but your Pokemon is like this battle tower, right? And the Pokemon can fight on its own, and depending on your attributes, the Pokemon's attributes, um, the Pokemon responds differently in different situations. And what I learned playing in the battle tower is that after a certain amount of attacks and a certain amount of hits, the Pokemon starts to get real. The Pokemon gets defensive. So if the health bar is gone, they start acting differently. They stop attacking you when your opponent only needs one attack. The poke. It was weird because it keeps happening, right? The Pokemon needs one hit left, and because you only have 30% life, you stop attacking. But if you're being trained, if you got a trainer, your trainer will tell you to keep going. Right? Keep going. They need one hit left. I was talking about me being raised in poverty and how I was stable in my poverty. It felt stable. Shout out to my mom. Shout out to the system. Shout out to my environment. Shout out to Philly. I was poor but stable. But I didn't know anything about money. And I'm just learning. Trying to at least. There may be some of you who were raised in it in the system. You know the money, you know how things work. It means nothing to you. Maybe because you still have it, or maybe you don't have it. You view money, we are oppositions of when it comes to financial literacy. We think differently. We are not enemies. I do not want to hurt you for thinking differently than me. At least I hope I don't. But we can be ops of money. We can be ops. When it comes to financial literacy, we are ops. But I don't want to be your enemy because I'm your op. Because we think differently. I do want multiple streams of income because that's how the internet is raising me. I wasn't taught this from my parents. And I love my mom so much. I have so much love for my mom, so much tolerance, so much patience. Because love to my mom is tolerance, patience, and some other stuff. I don't want you out here trying to manipulate my mother. I don't know. I do not know what kind of power you guys have. Philadelphia on this stream. Maybe my mom likes to be manipulated because she learns new things. My mom is an incredible woman. That my God is incredible. My father is incredible. You know, we all have our own ways. We all have our weaknesses, our strengths. You know, vices. Something my brother taught me. But I still see the beauty in both my parents. I see the beauty in my gods. They are my gods. They are my physical. They are the portals to physically manifest myself in this world, in this reality, in this timeline, in this time period, in this universe. My parents are my gods. My mother, my father, the portals to physically manifest into this world. Your world, my world, our world. They are my gods. I may not always agree with my gods. And sometimes our gods do not have our best interests at heart. It's your choice what you do with that information. My God. If they make it this far into the stream, friends, now you feel like a friend. You feel like someone I want to open up to and trust. But I know I cannot. And I am not trying to be mean. I am trying to protect myself. Friend, one viewer at a time, one like at a time, one subscriber at a time, $1, one quarter, one subscriber, one super chat at a time. I'm going to pay my taxes with this, hopefully, because you know life is so unpredictable, and there are guys out here that can manipulate and control because they have the power to influence my life with or without my content. I want to pay YouTube taxes, you know, because I am not trying to be your financial enemy. I don't want to harm you. We may be oppositions, but I believe paying taxes from YouTube is important. because that's what the system demands, expects, regardless of the strength of our dollar. Until that day comes where our financial system changes in a way where the US dollar no longer exists, we must pay taxes because that's what that's what our country asks us to do for whatever reasons. That is the game we must play. And I would like to pay my taxes, gods. I would like to pay my taxes. So if I was making money on YouTube, you know, we're gonna take it one quarter, one super chat, $1, one sell, one ad view, whatever it takes at a time, and then we're gonna do what we're supposed to do with our money. One day, one like, one viewer at a time. Who would not like an influencing queen who can help propel me forward or suppress me and hold me back? Hopefully, it's more like a bow and arrow. When she's pulling me backwards and I feel resistance, feels like I can't move forward. Hopefully, when she lets me go, if she ever does, I become this projectile, unstoppable projectile, you know, slicing through the air towards my goals. Who doesn't want to move forward gradually? You know, no one wants to feel held back. Nobody does. I mean, right? But to get stronger, you need resistance, right? It sounds so cliche. It's not what I want to hear. It's not what I want to experience. And something I said on my shorts, was that life does not get easier. It was a meme I saw on the internet. You only get stronger. The world is the same. You just got smarter. You got stronger. You're more aware. And sometimes when you know more, you got the power. You got the power to influence and manipulate and control your environment. By definition, that's what power is. So you use your power in ways you want to use your power. And there are consequences for using your power, good and bad, good and bad consequences. Not all consequences are bad. Talking about a queen, a queen, a queen, a queen, a queen, 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 queen. What would I do with a million viewers? What I'm doing right now. Looking at myself, thinking, trying to be an inspiration to somebody, taking in one viewer at a time, and trying to embrace the anxiety that comes with losing viewers in a short amount of time, in a short period. Going from 100 viewers to zero viewers, but only having one stream of income. Like if I was a full time streamer and this was the only way I was getting paid, the anxiety you can generate. Because I felt it. Man, this isn't my, I'm not even making money off this stream. I'm not making money off YouTube yet. And to see yourself lose viewerships and fans and followers and subscribers creates anxiety when it's your only stream of income. But I work in a factory. I think that's when financial literacy, I don't know if we're oppositions. I don't know if when it comes to money, we are ops. Right? But if you're managing your YouTube money, hopefully it shouldn't matter if you're losing followers and fans and subscribers. And if you're following the community guidelines and you're trying to respect not, I mean, maybe not admire. I mean, yeah, maybe if you're trying to just be a genuinely admire other individuals, I don't see why you would lose so many people so fast. You can prove anyone's a hypocrite. I mean, if you got the power to convince everyone else at the right time, at the perfect timing, to see the hypocrisy in another individual, if you have that kind of power, you can prove anything you want. I don't practice doing it. I really don't. I'm just aware of it. Baby, you can use your power for good and evil. It's your choice. There are just consequences for getting caught. That's really what it comes down to. If I don't have the defense, if I don't have the defense, if I don't have the defense to protect myself from your power, it's my fault. Now, because I have a choice, unless somebody has the that kind of power over me to control everything I do and say, because I have that choice, and that's God's, and that's my free will to choose between how I use my power. I wouldn't, I wouldn't have malicious intent. It's like it like grows on you, man. It's heavy. Unless you're a psychopath and you don't feel anything, right? It's heavy feeling on your heart, like the Egyptians would say. Like you couldn't pass the gates of heaven if your heart was heavier than a feather. And I thought, how could your heart ever be lighter than a feather? It has to be a symbol for energy that's stored. And you didn't get caught because you've been programmed to believe it's wrong, but you actually feel like it is wrong. But you like the thrill of not getting caught, and you can't release that from your heart. So now your heart is heavy. Maybe that's all it is. Like you can be as bad as you want, baby. Like as long as you know how to release that energy from your heart and your mind, like you gonna go to heaven. Like if that's what you believe in. I ain't going to disrespect heaven. I felt myself getting ready to disrespect heaven. But heaven sounds like a place where you can be impulsive and greedy with no consequences. Which sounds so much fun, right? It does. That sounds really fun. I can be impulsive and greedy with no consequences or judgment. It does sound like heaven. That's somewhere I want to be. I can do whatever I want, and there are no consequences, and there is no judgment. Kind of sounds a little like hell if there are consequences, but there are no consequences. This is just work with me, But if you can release all that energy from your heart of not getting caught, but knowing is wrong because you actually believe and been programmed to believe is wrong, it goes deeper into being programmed. Because you're in tune with nature that what you're doing is wrong, so it's stored there, but you don't know how to release it, right? You can be my enemy. You can be trying to get rid of me. You can be trying to hurt me. And I will still teach you this because it's my belief system. It's the truth. It's my downloads. It's my experiences. I wouldn't wish a heavier heart on anyone, my worst enemy. And it's not to make me look like a better person. All right. There may be some karmic points. Maybe, maybe not. Maybe. All right. So you can be whatever you want. You want to be bad, baby? You can be bad, baby. There are consequences for being so smart and having so much power in the way you use your power. And we have that free will to make the choice. And I will not judge you for using your power the way you want to use your power. By definition, power is your ability to influence, control, and manipulate and affect people, places, or things in your environment. And if you have superpower, you do that in an extraordinary way. You don't have to, right? Think about superheroes who can manipulate energy and mass, right? They control and influence and affect in extraordinary ways. But we can do the same. It may not be moving material or flying. It can be the way you use your mind, the way you speak, the way you use your senses. Right. Having superpowers may have nothing to do with the way a superhero is depicted, in movies and comic books and online. You have power. You may even have superpower. It is your choice. I have 6 likes, baby. Damn. I have 6 likes. I gotta be catching myself sometimes, I don't want to. Yeah, I was staring at that like bar. I was. I feel like I'm walking down the street, la 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 la, and when a person jumps into my life, maybe we're having a conversation, Maybe they're listening to me, but there are so many people walking past me, like they would do every day, by just scrolling up and down and swiping. That's normal, and it has to be normal in the streaming world as well. So, you know, maybe, taking it day by day. It's like walking down the street, and when they swipe up and swipe away, and they don't click watch, it's just another person, you know, living their life, making their own decisions. They come in to say hi. I don't know right now because I'm not too concerned about my check, you know. You can have superpower socially, right? You understand social dynamics, right? To be recognizable, to be consistent, to have reputation. But how do you know what your reputation is if no one tells you? Right? I guess you have to carry yourself in a certain way. But I just be me, and I try to be polite and respectful and obedient to the right people, and I like to value learning new things, and I like to clean up after myself. And these are some of the core traits and ideas my mother taught me when I was raised. I'm gonna be me, but I'm not trying to break anyone else's self-esteem. I ain't trying to hurt nobody else. I ain't trying to break anyone else down. Right. So there has to be a reputation. I'm gonna just be me. I'll talk to myself at work, man. I'll talk to myself anywhere, man. Right. That's really who I am. I drop jewels, and sometimes it's the right time for the right person. Like I am just living me. It's really men, women. I have. I can't be biased. You know what they said about a man who no one else follows? He hit the wall. I learned this online. Online, they said a man that no one else. So if you're a man and no other men follow you, you hit the wall. I mean, I guess. I mean, like you follow your leadership, and right, I'm sure you have one person out there that can remember something you said that helped them. Right? If you're a man and you have many followers, seven. Thank you for that light. I don't want to jump too far in the future. It gives me some type of mental fog, and I feels like I'm getting high off my own delusion. I don't think it's delusional to make money online. That's the ultimate goal. Fame, I don't want to think too far. I don't like getting high off my own. Like, oh my god, I'm gonna be rich. I'm gonna be famous. Like this, just saying it stresses me out. Like, what would I do with a million viewers right now? With a million likes right now? Hopefully, I'm making some money. Ultimately, right? $1 million in my bank account. That's stressful because only the bank only insures about $250,000. So, right, where do you put the rest of it? And then you realize what I realized is that anything can be taken from you. Right? Banks can go under, which has happened. I've read articles a couple years ago. It was a major bank that went out of business. Right? So you can lose your money, you can lose your investments. All that can be taken from you. So you got $1 million in your bank account. Only $250,000 of that is insured. So now you got to move it somewhere else if you're trying to protect it, and that can be taken from you. So what I'm gonna do with it? You're right, man. What am I gonna do with it? Like it sounds so. It sounds incredible. Like spend it. Food, water, shelter. Right. Mm. I do not know enough, man. One time I gave a dollar to a homeless man, and I felt the energy. He was rich, man. He felt rich, man. And I did that. I made that homeless man feel rich, and well, I do. He maybe he knew how to get more money with my dollar. It's just maybe he was intimidating people with my dollar. It's like maybe the energy, the vibe, the vibration, the frequency, that was put into my dollar that I gave him. Now it's not my dollar. The dollar belongs to whoever creates the dollar, and it seems like just stick with me. Like the dollar that I handed that homeless man, right? He was able to multiply his money with it. I don't know how he did that, but the women in my environment made it clear I have power, and I gave him some of my power with that dollar. I just don't want other people using my power to intimidate and harm other individuals to multiply their money and their currency. It's not something I agree with. And we're talking energy here and primal intuition here. I love the women in my environment. The men in my environment. I accept them for who they are. I just need better defense. I need results. I'm trying to learn how to protect myself. There is so much to talk about. Hi, good morning. Dreads. My dreads happened by accident. Like I forgot, I misplaced my I have like the sponge I use. I think I misplaced my pick. That's where it was. I think I lost my pick. I used my sponge to kind of like coil out my hair to like a little curly top, and then I misplaced my pick and I forgot where it was, and then it was like, forget it. I'm gonna just keep it in, and it just kept growing, and it got all messy, and it was free forming, man. That's what they call it. That's what I had to learn online. It's called free forming dreads. I'm like, oh, that's what this is. It's free forming. Like I saw this one woman, man, so beautiful. She's so gorgeous, right? And she loved her free-forming dreads. She loved her hair and the way her hair just coils together and how she can just rip it apart and then it'll grow and become an individual strand and it just keeps going like that. And it's like, oh my lord, oh, goodness. Something I learned is that the corporate world has brands and goals, and they need certain images. Period. The corporate world has brands and goals, and they need certain images. You got to find the right corporate brand. You are right. Everything is not in the tech. Everything is not in the tech. So what do I sense? I sense pressure with even if it's one viewer. I feel the pressure. I feel that's all I can tell you. I can describe. I don't know if it's power. It's pressure for right now. And when I don't have any viewers, I feel no pressure. I feel like me. I do feel like me when I'm talking. So if there's a million viewers, that's a million. That's a million pressure. Right. It's going to be a million viewers worth of pressure. Can I handle a million viewers of pressure? You think about some of these famous streamers, these young famous streamers, is like you can, you're strong enough to hold the pressure of a million viewers. Whoa. A billion viewers. There are 8 billion people in the world. how many of those people have access to the internet and streaming? You telling me I can be 8 billion? I can be a billion. I can be a billion viewer streamer. I have the potential to stream a. I have the potential to hold a billion views on my stream. Now that kind of power, won't be ignored because it is power. I have the ability to influence a billion people. So somebody gonna have to control me, right? Something out there is like we're just talking about the truth, and I'm trying my best to live as I talk about the truth. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, do you get it? I'm trying my best to stay alive as I tell the truth. So there's certain things I do and do not want to say in certain ways to certain people, but I have to accept that I I I may rattle some feathers. I'm going to get under some people's skin. We're ops and oppositions. I don't want to create new enemies that want to hurt me by definition. Because I'm team defense, man. And defense, man, we win multiple championships with a great defense and a quarterback that can manage the game and make the right decisions and not turn over the ball. Ooh, man, right. That quarterback don't care if he throw for 2,900 yards. Right. You don't care, man. As long as we winning and we got that defense, man. For real. Go Birds. Philly, Philly, dilly, dilly. It don't matter if I'm playing retro bowl and I throw for 2,000, 3,000 yards only. But we win in the retro bowl. Right. I got some retro bowl cards, man. Now it's just me screenshotting the end of the season. I was like, it makes you learn. Like if you can just manage the game, manage the clock, don't turn over the ball, and score with a defense that can give you the ball back, you can win so many championships. And think about life. You have the defense to protect yourself and your things and um, your assets. As you propel and move forward in life, the world is yours. The world is mine. But a great defense. Like, protecting other people. I'm imagining myself with I don't want to seem biased, but there can be a woman right there one day. You never know. But I hope she doesn't try to take my power away. Because there's a certain amount of power I need to do this. A certain level of control I need in my environment to do this freely and to be myself. And if you feel like you need to take that away to punish me because of whatever reason, you're going to make it difficult. And you're going to do it anyway, but you may do it naturally and not realize it because I want you to be yourself. But if you're another influencer, and on a certain level, you can sense when you can sense and understand what I'm saying, and if we're both influencers and streamers, right? Who trying to get to the bag, we're not going to play this power dynamic game where I'm going to take your power, you're going to take my power, and we're going to try to build this relationship of swiping each other's power when we're both trying to use it to get to the bag. Unless you're really like a mastermind and you know what you're doing. I don't want to play those games, baby. When you're in my environment, in my space, I need my power to stream and be a creator. When you're doing your thing, you need your power to be a creator, to be a streamer. And I'm a male speaking from a male's point of view, and you're a woman and you're going to speak on a woman's point of view. And I don't understand I don't understand those dynamics, how you use your femininity to generate creativity and freedom to be yourself. Right. So I can only speak from a male's point of view. From a male's point of view, I don't want to do that to you because in return, I hope you don't do that to me. Because if you're laying right here in bed next to me, right, there's certain things you can do and say, or certain gestures you can make, or certain noises you can make, or certain thoughts you can have to alter my power, to take my power, to give me power, to help amplify, my being and my energy in my environment. And I'm aware of that. And if I'm in your space and you're streaming your creator and you're being yourself and you have your power, because without disrupting your power to get to the bag, if we're both influencers and streamers, and that's all it is for me. Like, because I was meditating, I download. I've been downloading information since I was a child, and you're just meditating, right? When you meditate, you can close your eyes or have your eyes open. When you meditate, you're just you're being observer an observer of your thoughts without judging them. Do not judge your thoughts. You may be having thoughts of murder, but maybe you need to release that thought energy. So don't judge it. Don't judge your thoughts. So when you're downloading your information, Orientation. Rotate device back. Guess not. Guess I cannot do that. This how I be on my shorts, so. Remember to guard your privacy and abide by our community guidelines. Okay. No one has said anything so far. Oh, it's because no one has said anything. How is it? Hide live video, flip mute, effects, picker, create highlight, lighting. It's pretty cool. This is the share button. I'm sure it's the share button. You managing moderators can support your channel in even more ways. Introducing managing moderation. It's not more than for me yet. Well, hello, Crash YT. In addition, I am currently reading Managing Moderators Can Support Your Channel in Even More Ways. Introducing Managing Moderators. These users have the same capabilities as standard moderators, but in addition, they can manage blocked words and change chat modes. Hey, Crown number 2, very nice to meet you. So, you can talk? Okay, I get it, you can't. Maybe you are looking for a gay boy. Are you looking for a girl? Nice dreads. What up, dog? I like 1 in the morning. And 1 in the morning is nice. Especially when you're not at work, you know. I like being in the bed, you know. Is it just me or does it feel different when does laying in bed feel different when you know you don't have to work the next day? Like, I'm gonna post that. I'm gonna start a question. Does laying in bed feel different to you to when you know you don't? That's too many words. It is what it is. Yeah. I know for me, laying in bed feels a lot different. Said hi. Eddie is the head that wears the crown. There's a lot of bots that increase viewers. Very nice to meet you. Within the moment, everything is happening at once for all. Whoa, bro. This guy was speaking some truth. Whoa, that's crazy. What time is it for you? Do you like, hello, you are gorgeous. Said hi. Top fans. Number 3. Right now, I'm trying to figure out. I have top fans, that, and I don't know what these experience points are. I don't know what that means. Hmm. So a lot of guys follow, a lot of men follow my channel actually. But I speak a lot of, I talk a lot about wisdom. I talk a lot about life experiences, some of the things I know. Uh, I'm just chilling, man. I'm not trying to look sexy. Like, good morning, go 49ers. Yeah, the 49ers beat us in the playoffs, so my friend who lived, my friend who moved back home to Cali is a 49ers fan, so whenever you decide to stop being amateur, I'll be back. Clearly, would you rather see a tree girl or a Negro? Well, I'd rather see a Negro, but I like, oh, I get it. Yo, that's crazy. I get that thingy and do something to you. The second tower has just hit. Good morning, the dude 42. Number one, the dude 420 is now my top fan. I'm the number one snitch in all of Los Angeles. What is that supposed to be? I'm the number one snitch. Yo, what is that supposed to be? Like, I'm the number one snitch of all of Los Angeles. What are you snitching on? What are you snitch about? I'll tell on your boy. Do you have boundaries to your snitchness, or you just snitch on everything? You gotta like people who snitch and just don't do anything on you, boy. You gotta like people who snitch. You just can't do anything in front of them. Like, they're great friends to have. For real, you just don't do anything in front of them. Like, that's it. Like, nobody, I ain't mad you a snitch. I just don't do anything in front of you. That's it. I'm trying to be the number one snitch of all of the nation. Okay, bro. You on a mission apparently. Snitches get stitches. That is so cliche, bro. I don't even know what that means. Snitches get stitches. It doesn't even feel like anything. What does that mean? But I got a lot of work to do to be a gunner. Best gunner. Beat gunner. Until YouTube, until I don't know. Gunna is currently the number one snitch of all the nation. I have no idea. Until YouTube, I'm trying to figure out what these experience points mean. Like, what does anybody know? A report, remove, channel activity, add a moderator, pause. Oh, say hi. Hello. Is this a woman or a man? I have no idea. Where are you from? I am from Philadelphia, PA. I am not trying to look sexy if you think I'm sexy. I am just laying down in my room because I don't have work tomorrow and it feels amazing to not have work tomorrow. Do you like how it feels to not have work tomorrow? Because I do. Where are you from? You're not sexy. DW. What does DW mean? You're not sexy. Well, I have a high self esteem. You are from India. Therefore, anything you say will not matter because your opinion is just an opinion, baby. Don't worry, DW. What does DW mean? Oh, don't worry. Okay, don't worry. You're not sexy. Are you being honest? Or are you trying to hurt my feelings? Am I sexy? Oh, How is India? I didn't know I can reach people from India, or are you just saying anything? Do you? No, you look good, but not sexy. You have a do you use YouTube? Like you got videos up and stuff? You didn't answer that question. Are you a man or a woman? I like talking to women. What you mean? What you mean what? What are you responding? I'm saying a lot. I'm a man. Okay, that's cool. You in India? That's what's up. You see how my whole energy just changed when I realized you was a man? Like it was almost instantaneous. You gonna follow? You gonna subscribe? You gonna like a video or a short? You gonna share? You gonna comment? You comment? No, you said if you had YT or not. That's SMN like that. Yeah, I did. YouTube or not. Like no, I was asking if you got content up. Like, are you a content creator too? Thanks for the like. Who like me? You got content? Like, if you on YouTube, man. Nope, I'm not. That's cool. That's cool. Well, I appreciate your, this conversation we had. Are you a subscriber or are you? Because I got top fans, right? I got fans, and they have a crown, number one, and nope, not yet. They rank my fans. Sweet or salty snacks. Just randomly spawn like Minecraft. I like Minecraft. I actually bought my brother Minecraft when he was younger. I knew people like it. I like it too. My favorite part about Minecraft is when it get dark and you gotta fight off the uh, the 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 zombies and stuff. I really only do that to fight the zombies. I make it a game. Where you working? I work in a factory. In the center of my city, like right outside the center of my city. It's a manufacturing factory. They make chemical solutions and cleaning solutions. Where do you work at? Sweet or salty snacks? No, like what factory? You want the exact name of the factory? That's crazy. Like I said, he was from India, and I'm looking at look at the time. It's 7:11 in the morning. Top fans. Dude. Uh, what makes you a top fan of YouTube? It's 1 in the morning where he in India. Okay, that's crazy. Dude. like the actual name, but like what kind of factory? No, I don't want the actual name, but what kind of factory is it? It's a manufacturing factory. Like they make chemical solutions and cleaning solutions. There we go. So you can't do it right here. I guess oh, okay. Can you sneak in a bit of uranium for me? Not much, just want to poison my meth. Bro, you are hilarious. No, I cannot condone. I am not an advocate of any self harm towards any other person. Like any harm or self harm towards any person. Uranium, I don't even think they have that chemical in the factory, actually. And I ain't got the budget to be traveling to India to smuggling uranium. No, I don't. You have a math teacher? How old are you? I'm in 12th grade. It's not 17, yo. I don't know what y dot zero, y period zero, y period zero, or o period means. What's this up? 12th grade, 17. You thinking about college, man? Years old. I'm 17 years old. Okay. You want to poison his math teacher? Yeah, probably will go to IT. You sound like a smart young man. Is math teacher your favorite subject, and she just making it, or your teacher making it difficult? Like IT. I have no idea what that college is, but it sounds like it's difficult to get into. I'll go to the UK or France. Wow. See, I would be scared to travel to France or the UK. Indian Institution of Technology. Okay. You trying to study artificial intelligence or computer science? I have no idea, bro. I wish I knew. I wish I knew. They would be in this room right now. No cap. Particular branch of computer science. I had a friend that went to Pace University in New York for computer science. Yeah, I feel like it's cool. Like it's hard to not keep a job. I would assume if you have some type of major in computer science, illegal stuff. Okay, how to prevent illegal stuff? Hopefully, like, even if it's just fixing basic bugs and coding, which I think he's doing now. Like he's still on the computer science thing. I would see how it's hard to not keep a job unless you're unprofessional, like at work. You know that would make sense. I got 9 likes. Thank you. Yeah, that would do it. Maybe your company going under or you're being unprofessional. Other than that, I would see why it's hard to not keep a job in the field of computer science and technology, cybersecurity, and ethical hacking. Hey, well, you should have a job for the rest of your life, unless you're being a professional at work, or the company loses funding and goes out of business. Well, you should be good. Like, bro. Me, like, I don't want to the whole debt thing right now. Like, I'm paying off student loans right now. I hope you guys get like what is it, like forgiveness, student loan forgiveness, wherever you live, bro. Like, I wish you the best, bro. Like, just be professional. That's a lot X. Like, for real. Like, 'cause I lost a couple of jobs being a professional at work. So you should be fine. Yeah, I hope you guys get student loan forgiveness or something. Like, that would be awesome. I'd be trolling. Of course, I want to make money on this joint. Like, I do it because I like it and I'm comfortable. I have to. It was recommended that I guard my security. After graduation, I'll move to Japan. I used to study finance and accounting. The more salt, the better. Right? Shit, I love salt.